Every weeknight, 9:30-ish p.m. We go crazy. In fact, we going nuts right now. Hit it, Shay. Come on, a little bit more. Yeah. It's cold out here, y'all. And I'm telling you one thing. It's amazing. How come they don't know? No one's life is the Cosby Show. Killer cops is nothing new to melanated people, bro. Not in the America that locks us up for mega busting, legalized prostitution so the mob can get their cut. CIA agents bringing dope in from the south and spread it through the hood so we can take each other out. The sadness in the hood isn't just some recent shit. It's the same thing that you can see on the slave ship. Trauma passed through generations lead to a peculiar life. Can't believe in freedom, even if one of your parents right. I'ma do it right, cause I'm conscious and I know the way. I got roots in Africa. Pittsburgh was my birthing place. International businessman from inmate 15208. African Messiah, dog. Someone had to save the day. All you want is metaphors about the club and freaking horse. Stacking up your fake flashy cars and them foreign tours. Don't you know it's war? They coming after you with all they got. It starts out with Congress, yeah. Then the folks who scheme and plot. Once they pass the laws, it's on you and I to know what's up. And since we don't, that's how come the jails are jam-packed with us. I got my fist ready. And unity is in my heart, no matter who you are. Come and live your truth. That's how it starts. Yeah, that's how it starts. Go get it. Go, 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 go. Don't you know it's war? They coming after you with all they got. All you want is metaphors. International businessman. Can't believe in freedom. That they still don't know. Pleasure to meet each and every one of you. Taibu Muad'Dib and Shay. This is Live Your Truth. Pull up a chair. Get your popcorn ready. Let's make it happen together. We appreciate you for joining us. Tap in. All right. You know who it is. This is the man, the place to be. It's going down tonight. I invited you all here tonight to share some of the highlights of my podcasting and my coaching career. All right. Shout out, first of all, to Frankfurt, Germany, where my friend Doc is at, Vanessa and Peter Linky. All right. That's what's going on, man. I got international coaching clients. Y'all might not have known that, but people come in here to our country to build their education, to build things and take it back to their country and do their thing for their nation. So shout out to everybody that comes and gets it here in America and goes back and gets it right at home. That's what's up. I appreciate all y'all for jumping in here with me. If you want to become a guest, a special guest on Live Your Truth, I'll send you a link. Let me know the day before, even the day of sometimes, and I can get you in here. Shout out to everybody that's really jumped in here, man, with me. I got a special treat for y'all tonight. I'm going to make sure that some of you guys get some free coaching tonight, all right? Everybody's else signing up. Okay, look, this is what it is. When I first started podcasting, I was living in an Airbnb. I moved to the Dallas-Fort Worth area from Wisconsin, from Madison, Wisconsin. Shout out to the 608. All my lovely kids up there, Johnson, Samke, and Demir, all right? But really I did the podcasting thinking I was going to just coach y'all from the very beginning. It didn't happen like that, right? So I had some moments where I was doing podcasting. It turned into a relationship show, organically, of course, right? At the time, I was living single in the Airbnb. And so I had a lot to talk about because I've been married. I've been in a couple relationships that were kind of dicey. And I myself, hold on, don't judge me, but I myself used to be involved in domestic abuse, right? I used to be a domestic violence type of guy. That was my thing. It was for a long time. If you look further back into my history and see how tough my childhood was and how my dad and my mom, how their relationship was, you'll kind of understand a little bit more. But still, I didn't know that I was that kind of guy when I was that kind of guy. I didn't know it. And that might sound crazy to a lot of you, but that's the God honest truth. Oops, sorry about that. I got my YouTube folks way down there. Let me go ahead and get y'all to stop sharing. So I didn't know that I was that kind of guy. And people told me I was that kind of guy. I just wasn't hearing it. Now, I might look young, but I was born in 75. And back in 75, the aint thing was real, right? That was the accepted norm. People just kind of turned their head when a guy was like, oh, she should have did what he said. You know, it was just that simple. There was no problem. So, you know, I witnessed a lot of domestic violence when I was young. I thought that that's how things were supposed to be. That's just real. And so it took me a long time to understand why it was wrong, how to work that out of my system. I'm still not fully cured, don't get me wrong. So I try to do the best I can to have, you know, good relationships with people that I'm compatible with as much as possible. Now, what does that mean for you? It means that a highlight of my relationship podcasting a couple of times was I actually podcasted my relationship with my girlfriend in a relationship for 2 years, right? And so, you know, that was like really rocky at times. But if you were really a watcher of You're a Mess, you saw how that kind of went. You know, they said she was wrong. They said I was wrong. I pulled the shame back out a couple of times with my cousins. You know, it went kind of wild. But the highlight of it ended up being like a Thanksgiving trip to Wisconsin, and a friend of mine, Don Rico, the People's Choice, right? My man Don Rico, shout out to Don. What's going on, baby? He jumped in there and did an intervention, and he shocked us. Well, me anyway. He shocked me with this real Geraldo way of breaking it down. Like, look, name 5 things that you like about him. Name 5 things you like about her. It was a highlight for me because it helped me understand that people have hidden talents. And that's why I'm so glad I took up coaching. It's my job to bring out your hidden talent and help you turn it into money. Also, if you do what you love for a living, you'll never work a day in your life. Now, I found myself in that space because I work in fitness. Shout out to LA Fitness, everybody over there in Grand Prairie, right? So I work in fitness, and I have been for the last 1.5 years now, okay? So long-time gym rat, started up my own company back in 2010. And it just never dawned on me when I was doing all this factory work that really wasn't fulfilling. It just never dawned on me that whole time I could have been building a career in fitness. Now I'm in sales. Some people just do front desk. They just love greeting people and being in the gym and working out for free. I'm in sales, right? But the bottom line is, I mean, so many years working these factories. I could say from at least 2010 on, right? Working these factory jobs, knowing that I'm good with machines and CNC brake press operating and all this stuff I was doing, right? You know, I'm telling you, mixed operator. I've done a lot of, you know, warehouse factory jobs, forklift driving, stand up, sit down. I've done a lot of factory jobs. It just never dawned on me, right, to really build my financial life around something I'm passionate about. Now, I did work for Anytime Fitness in Wisconsin one time. It was a terrible experience. Terrible. Wisconsin is very culturally challenged, right? The Europeans up there, they don't want nobody touching money but them. They'll give everybody some scraps because the federal government tells them they have to, but for real, they'll knock you all out, right? I had an experience where I caught a European chick stealing from the gym. How do you do that? You train underneath the table. So I caught her train under the table, and I was actually there. I didn't want to be a part of that. So I told her, hey, look, she brought somebody in. She didn't sign them in. They didn't sign the waiver. Anything could happen. I just felt uncomfortable. She didn't tell me about it, right? And so what happened was they were like, oh, you're great integrity. You're going for harness business. Came back 3 days later. Oh, we heard you were saying bad things about the gym, and she apologized. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So, you know, that gave me a bad taste in my mouth about corporate fitness. But had I Had I a coach like my man Terrell Jones, shout out to the playbook, coaching and speaking, and everybody that's involved in it. Had I had a coach, he probably would have been like, look, Ty, things like that are going to happen in your industry. You're going to run into people who are going to just stick together. It may not even been a cultural thing or cultural difference. It may just been that she had inroads there, and that was a way for them to get you out the way, right? They, they probably knew that. They probably forgot that she had asked permission to get her money on the side. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they worked out, it wasn't really about you. It was about them. So don't take it too personal. There are more locations. Go ahead and build there, but look for other companies. Aren't there other gyms there? Yes, there are. Get back doing your own business, or just use that company to have training clients outside the gym. Go train them at home, like how you started up. So just a different strategy would have kept me in the fitness game. I had anybody happen to any of you? My highlight might be out of experience. It might give you an epiphany. Anybody ever had that experience where you go do something that you like and you have a bad experience with it? You forget that. I'm telling you, my emotional intelligence was low. Emotional intelligence is one of the 6-month courses I had at the First Step Coaching Academy. All right. I'm just being real. But my emotional intelligence was low. I didn't have a coach. So I went through factory jobs all the way until, y'all know, you know my story, you watch my podcast, all the way up until I had an anxiety attack. I was working an assembly line job, and I couldn't deal for a second. Let me go ahead for a second and get to a commercial real quick. All right. All right. Sorry about that. I had to get my libation. So at the end of the day, yes, going hard. At the end of the day, just want to make sure everybody knows that you can count on me. I'm young folks saying this. I don't want them to see me like this. I had a coughing fit. I apologize. I had a coughing fit, and so I had to get something to drink. So you know about the Muad'Dib Global Holding Group, and you know that this is my deal. All right. So you know the Muad'Dib Global Holding Group. You know how I get down, and so I'm just giving y'all a taste of what I do. But we're gonna raise our glass to Muad'Dib Global. This is what it's all about. I appreciate y'all. So back to my highlights. Yeah. So I'm telling you, a lot of you may not realize that the things that are happening around you may be something that can help you grow. What are you saying, Taibu? What I'm saying is that when all of you right now on YouTube at Taibu Muad'Dib 4019, you see it. Over to YouTube right now and subscribe, right? Subscribe and check me out, okay? Become a subscriber because I'm gonna be exclusively on YouTube pretty soon. We'll put a subscription on there. All my pages are gonna have a subscription. My YouTube one's gonna be the lowest. I want you all over there so I can give you a better podcast. I just believe that YouTube is the best platform for what I'm trying to do, right? All right. Now, with that said, another highlight that I can bring about out of that one situation is I had an idea Now, I had an ideal for the use of the connectivity of the internet with fitness. And I had a deal going with the owners of Anytime Fitness. So I had those Europeans out there in McFarland, Wisconsin, not been on dirt. I had $1 million deal in the works. They were already going to put money behind the research of it. So in going hard and being who I am, I had confirmation of this genius trying to come out. And a lot of you have been there. A lot of you have put your bid in for something like that, bam, and it jumped off for you. Like this big speak off this weekend. So it's a big speak off competition. It could be a money grab, don't get me wrong, because you have to, you don't have to, but they say if you pay, you'll get a guaranteed or whatever. But still, it's an opportunity to get my voice out there. I think I'm a pretty good speaker. I think I got 60 seconds on Saturday, y'all, to try to get a golden ticket. If I get to the second round, I get 2 whole minutes. Now, I might not be able to do more than 60 seconds. I'm going to try. But with 2 whole minutes, yeah, I got that. So I got to go through all the epic sound songs, and get a 60-second clip and a 2-minute clip. That's fine, right? So I got to do my homework. But what I want to say is, of that time period, there were some highlights. I met some good people. I trained some really good people, lifetime friends. And this is how you meet and make real connections in this coaching community, is you train them, you coach them. So what's my credibility? My credibility is that I met a PhD student at the University of Wisconsin trying to buy some chairs, right, off Craigslist. But the conversation turned into social justice. Since then, I've written 2 more books since meeting this individual. But when I began my coaching program, this individual at the same time had need for coaching. No. She already understood I had this level of genius, and she trusted me, and she knew I was a straight shooter. She knew I was doing my thing. So for her to invest in a coaching program, it was the same as all of you. All of you are holding tight to your dollars, and you ain't going nowhere in life. I'm telling you right now, investing tight is coaching now. So she went ahead and broke it off band. And then we went to a certain band. But there became a point when she didn't want to do the process, when she didn't want to follow the coaching. I don't have a PhD, so why am I coaching a PhD student who just graduated and is working a job in Poland at the time, right? Shout out to Warsaw, Poland. But I'm telling you right now, why is a PhD person with a doctorate getting coaching from a guy that's been in jail 1,000 times, right? Because my certification specializes me to help bring out the best in you through strategy and my philosophy, effort, focus, and commitment. What does that mean, Taibu? What I'm saying is, for those of you that need professional help, what's going on, Patricia? I see. For those of you who need professional help, but you don't have the money that those professionals are trying to charge you for the same thing that I'll do, give me a shot. Give me a shot. If your relationships are lagging, if you want to do better in school, young people, if you're having a tough time budgeting your money, if you're having a tough time getting enough sleep, if time management itself is an issue for you, right? If you want to talk about leadership, monetization, name, image, likeness, whatever you're trying to do, that's what my certification is. So she needed a strategy for how she was going to deal with, and I have permission to tell the story. She needed coaching to help her deal with her new boss. Yeah. Yep. Research work. Hey, it's tough. It's laborious. There's deadlines to meet. But she felt her boss wasn't, giving her the vibe that she needed to feel comfortable in the position. But, that was her first job out of college. Like, she needed to make it work, right? For people that don't know, real professionals don't work for 4 or 6 months, right? they're going to hold on to that job for at least 2 to 5 years. For real professionals, they don't. Me, let me tell you something about Taibu before this Taibu. I would hop out of a job in a heartbeat. When I got to Dallas and I saw how many jobs was out here, I tell them, I say, look, if you fire me right now, I'm going to have a job in about 2 hours. Probably paying 50 cents more than this I'm getting right here. Or if they get on my nerves, I threaten them to quit. I'll be like, man, if y'all don't do X, Y, Z, I will quit. I'm going to have a job in 2 hours. That's how it was. But real professionals, they're going to get that job and hold on to it for 2 to 5 years because they know no solid company is going to look at them seriously if they're not sticking to stand. Because so much training is involved, so much man hours is involved in getting that person up to speed for that particular company. Ain't no company going to take you seriously. So young people, listen to me. If you get a job, you make sure it's a job you want, because if you don't keep it for 2 to 5 years, trying to get another job is going to be difficult, especially when you go up the ladder. All right. This young lady needed a strategy for how to do it, coach. And guess what, people? Ooh, guess what? She said, I don't want to do it, Taibu. I said, why not? I said, we've gone through 6 weeks of training for this one moment, and you're afraid? We have the measurable out there. You effort, focus, and commitment. We've gone through the training. You're more confident now. You know what we're aiming at, and we're trying to just get a measurable at the situation. That's it. And so you don't want to do it. And so because I'm a certified coach, I had to dial it back and remind her, I am your accountability partner. I'm going to make sure that at the time when you have to go forward, but you would go back on your own, you would go back. But now that I'm here, I'm like, when the football player gets injured, what happens? Is always one player or the trainer, somebody hold them up and you see their shoulder over them. That's me for y'all. That's me. Once we're into the coaching and life happens, you get that challenge, you just get afraid or you feel injured. That's me. I'm the guy that helps you off the field so we can work on you and get you back in the game. That's the first step coaching I'm talking about. And that might sound a little intense. Don't get me wrong. I'm an intense guy. I am. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because at your weakest point, you're going to want somebody strong now to bring that intensity now. You understand? You want somebody with some broad shoulders to step in there and say, wait a minute. Your goal is way too important for you to quit now. That's what I told her. I said, just do this one thing, and at least you'll know if my coaching is on point. That got her, because she had to pay for it. And that's that accountability two-way street. When you pay me, you get to hold me accountable to get results. And guess what happened, y'all? She went and did it and realized the whole time it wasn't her boss, it was her. Oh yeah, it was her. She was the one that was doing the most. She was the one putting all this into the facial expressions or the fact that she wouldn't call her back or message her for a certain time. It was her. We had to go back into her childhood and realize she was raised to look at certain things certain ways. So that kept everybody else from being an individual. If you're raised to look at a certain situation a certain way, no one can really truly be an individual for you. And if you have the right to be an individual and be yourself, no one else should feel afraid to do them. And so she found out that she was controlling. And that she wanted to control things that were out of her control, which makes no sense at all. The effort, focus, and commitment philosophy, once she got a hold of that, she realized by controlling what she can, that was all the control she needed. Let me dial that back. That's just one of the highlights of my coaching crush, just one person. And I'm telling you, I put my Patreon page up. Y'all can go look at it right now. Patreon.com/Coach Taibu. I put the Patreon page up. She is still on When I put it up, she jumped in. She's still on it. Still an active member of the First Step Coaching Program from day one. So you guys have to decide. And look, she's married now. She's happy now. The funny thing is, let me tell y'all what's funny. The funny thing is she's separate from her peers who don't have Taibu for their coach. They don't have a coach. I said, I'll come over there and coach them. She tried to bring me over there so I can get my coaching on, and I had to take care of my child support. What a man sows, he reaps. Once I get this child support debt paid off, I'm going over there to Germany, y'all, so I can coach up all her peers. She's literally in the office, the same office as them, but she has a different relationship with the boss now. So she enjoys the freedom in that company that they don't, right? Because they don't have a coach. I said, I'll coach them. The language barrier. I said, well, look, if I do it, can you translate? You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, the international community needs effort, focus, and commitment in their life, right? I have 20 core course curriculums, right? 20 of them. That's my core. I'll branch out and I'll hop on my AI partner, and if you need something different than that 20, but it's just 20 base because we don't want to go too far outside the loop. Many of you might think it's something, but we can line that up with some measurables, and we'll see is 20 core course curriculums to start out with at the academy, right? We'll find the right one for you, right? You'll find the right one because your voice will bring it to you, I guarantee. But I'm having too much fun. Let me continue. So shout out to Doc out there, man, in Germany, man. Shout out to your family in Poland, man. The whole tribe. I'm gonna come out there and coach y'all. It's funny when I go online with her and she's talking about how her coworkers are running around like little penguins around the boss, and she can just breeze through that thing, you know what I mean? Because she had a coach. It's just that simple, right? Strategy. So that's the highlight of my coaching, the highlight of my podcasting. I gave y'all two things. And look, if you don't believe me, go subscribe and dig back through my lives. Don't watch the videos, the regular videos. They got weird stuff up there for my brother. I don't know how they do it, the algorithms, but click the live tab and zing, scroll that thing down through 2 years of coaching and speaking. Yep. And y'all jump in with your comments, questions, and concerns. And this is a good time to answer y'all questions. If you have a question about what you'll get with me as your coach, if I'm not clear enough about who I'm for, there's 3 kinds of people out there. Zing, 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 zing. It might sound professional, but I got to do it because I don't know where that sheet's at. I thought I did, but I don't. Where is that? Gotta find it. There it is. There it is. All right. Make sure you write things down. We're 17 times more likely to complete something if you write it down. All right. So, what does the EFC coaching program solve? I got it for y'all. I got it, right? So there's 3 kind of people that really are for the effort, focus, and commitment foundation. But you have to realize or accept that it's time for self-improvement. All right. You guys already know. If you've decided that you're the issue, you're the problem, if you've decided that you need some self-improvement to go to the next level, this is your opportunity right now to do it. Because you're looking at somebody that does. And I challenge all of you to do your research. Go on my page, friend request me. I'll accept you on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, and you can just slide through all my history and look, and you can see what I'm doing now, how I'm speaking now, how I'm talking now, how I'm helping people now, how effective and much of an influence I am now than back then, right? You can look and see. Even my first podcast, you can see how dry it was, how crazy it was. This is me. This is my Mr. Rogers neighborhood. This is my family. Friends, this is everybody, right? This is how comfortable I am. You see the fireplace. I can't wait till it gets cold outside so I can put some marshmallows over that thing. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. and the like. All right. After you realize or accept that you are the problem and it's time to work on you, you call me. What's going on, Big T? We got Terry out there. Shout out to Duncanville, man. That's one heck of a club. Shout out to LA Fitness, the whole family, man. All right. This coaching program solves three types of people. Those of you who are stuck, you know you're stuck, right? You've been cycling back to the same type of relationship, the same financial situation. You are cycling back to the same negative self-talk, the same state of depression. If you've been cycling back to the same situation over and over and over again, my coaching program is perfect for you. The second kind of person, if you're convinced now that you deserve more than what you're doing or having now, this is the coaching program. I can't tell y'all enough, man. I'm telling you, when I look back, and Coach Terrell was like, look, Ty, if you want this deal, you got to get in right now. I'm gonna cut it in half for you, man. What you going to do? I'm going to give you till tomorrow, get that money together. I'm starting a new class at the new rotation of class. You're going to get them like, yeah. And I'm out willing and done. I had to call 3 friends. I want these food stamps on everything. I was taking care of my daughter by myself. I'm telling you, this is real. When I look back to that moment, like what was going on in me to make me want to get on this coaching program, but I knew it was a chance of a lifetime. Man, this dude, look at me. Look at this. And if you knew me before, you would be like, that's not the guy that I used to know. That's not him. My family, I got family, ask my family. Y'all better, look, Cassie said, bitch, y'all better ask about me. I was not this crispy, clean, or confident before I met Coach Terrell Jones, all right? When you're convinced you deserve more and that you should already be doing it better, but you need the assistance to strategize out your next move, right? You need a roadmap. I got that for you. Not just because I did it myself, but because I've been coaching and speaking for 2 years now. So I'm going to give you what works, all right? Won't fail. If you, this is the third and final kind of person, if you're stumped when you attempt self, okay, so the people that are stumped when they try to self-improvement, those of you who are getting tricked by those fancy ads online, yeah, you know it's you. If I have a big girl buddy and she has a closet full of BOSU balls and kettlebells and small weights, she gets tricked by every new thing that comes out. She's got a bungee cord stretch thing. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? You done put $1,500 here, $2,000 there, you know what I'm saying, $600. You've tried every little quick fix situation. But you guys, once you got in, you got suckered into nothing. You got suckered into something where you had no support, no one checking in on you. You had to do it all on your own, which was your problem in the first place, not being able to do it on your own. Those of you who try to improve yourself and you're stumped because you know you're not picking or selecting the right tools to grow, the First Step Coaching Academy is for you. All right. So, couple more highlights. So I had a guy jump on from England, from Great Britain, from the UK. He said, from the UK chat. I said, man, how'd you find my podcast? I'm in Dallas. He said, I don't know, Chop. That's what he said. I don't know, Chop. I'll never forget how it sounded. I don't know, Chop. He said, I punched in relationships and I guess algorithms gave me you. What? That's what consistency does. It's the World Wide Web, people. There is enough people online searching for help, assistance, products, and services to make us all rich. That's why in America, there are 1,700 new millionaires every day. Now, is Taibu Woody one of them yet? No. But this is my word to you. When I'm a millionaire, I will still do this. I will, because a lot of y'all not going to get it till I am. That's not far off, don't get me wrong. But a lot of you won't get it till then. The problem is you'll still be broke because you won't have joined my coaching program and start becoming a wealth builder. You'll still be broke. It's going to be harder for you to have access to me once I'm a millionaire and I still do this. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So the Coaching Academy works like this. You join after 2 calls. I have to make sure you qualify, and then I'll show you the strategy and we'll roll out your roadmap and get you on the course. Bam, it's like that. 2 calls, right? So don't expect you to just join or need a link to sign. No, it's not like that. You gotta come through the gatekeeper. That's me. Go to calendly.com/Coach Taibu. It will be in the description and book it, right? Book your call with me. Shout out to Kadra. I'm sorry I missed you. I'm building, I'm growing. I'll get on that. And because of Kadra missing her call, now I have a different system on Calendly so I can check it 3 times. I have an alarm 3 times a day. I'll check it to make sure I'm getting to you guys when you book. All right? Want to be there for you. Get you guys in here. But you'll have 1 class a week. My class will be Saturdays and Wednesdays. You'll have 1 class. We'll fit into 1 class or the other. And then you'll have 1 touch point during the week where you and I, it's like going to the professor's office, right? You go into the professor's office, kind of catch up, see what's going on, kind of calibrate where you're at with the study material. So that's how it goes. All right. I'm animated, having a good time. So the highlights, so the brother, he jumps in there, he's like, talking, he's like, man, I got relationships. And so over in the UK, things are done slightly differently, but the feelings are the same. So he rather really enjoyed the show. I'm telling you right now, he catches every message. He watches every podcast. Shout out to Schools in Session, man. I appreciate you, man, for jumping in there and being a faithful. I'm telling you, the way I'm touching lives right now, you want to get involved in this. Right now, the coaching program is 6 months for $1,200. You don't want to know what it's going to cost for 2024. So y'all want to jump in right now. All right. There's different ways to come in. And like I said, for you, those of you that hang on to the very end of this podcast, I'm going to make sure that y'all have access this Saturday to a really hot class. I'm going to do a pop-up webinar type deal just to get you guys some actual teaching, right? To really break down, to really get to the root of the effort, focus, and commitment. Because you guys don't understand how powerful it is to put more effort, focus, and y'all. I'm saying it, but it's going over y'all head because y'all heard so much nonsense. This Saturday, it's going to cost y'all $25 a head. Don't get me wrong. It's going to cost you. But check it out. I'm talking about inbox me. Make sure you get at me. Put a comment in here right now. Whoever I see jumping in here, I'm going to shoot it to you. Pop-up webinar this Saturday, 1 p.m. Central. I'm going to do a webinar on the effort, focus, and commitment. And y'all, a lot of you guys, this is to wake you up and remind you that little voice in your head that says you can do it. It's real. It's not a lie. You can. You can. Highlights. Okay. So that was a coaching highlight. Just recently, you heard me play a recent coaching client. All right? What's going on, young lady? A recent coaching client. And she's dealing with weight loss. And so you guys heard her say, I don't know how come I really haven't put it into my schedule. What? You don't know how come you haven't put it into your schedule. I know how come you haven't put it in your schedule because you haven't joined the First Step Coaching Academy. It's just that simple. There's no way that the number one thing in your life that you really want to do, you don't have time to do it. What sense does that make? It makes no sense at all. Oh, okay, my bad, Blue Diamond. Okay, I see. I got somebody in here. Okay, I see. Shout out to all my YouTube followers. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. And where he jumping in. That's what I'm talking about, everybody. That's what I'm saying. Go over and subscribe to my YouTube page, man, at Taibu 4019. And then book your session and your call with me, and we'll try to get you into the academy, all right? I'm still going over the highlights, all right? So don't stop me. So one of the biggest highlights of my coaching career came recently when the young lady, when she reached out to me, And she was just she just really admitted that she hadn't done anything at all to work it into her schedule. Now, this is what I'm saying to you, because I used to be her, so I could easily relate. Like I said, I was working factory jobs, but I was hitting the gym all day. Why would I not be giving this kind of vibe and energy to people that really need it? Why am I in a factory with PPE on? I can't hear nothing. I can't talk to nobody by myself all day. You know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous. When I look back on that, I thought, you know what? I'm telling you, that's why I say, until you meet me and talk to me on the phone, you are in a prison of poor decisions. That's you. You're in a prison of poor decisions. That's what I was in. When I was doing something so unfulfilling that I had an anxiety attack and I had to freeze, I froze up. I'm telling you right now, I just was not in my purpose. I was not where I was supposed to be. And this is what it's going to get, people. Until you take that first, I named my coaching academy after each of you. I named it after each and every one of you, because until you take your first step, it's just going to be something that's going to be a pain right here in your gut that's never going to go away. It's the equivalent of breaking up with somebody that you really love. Until you take that first step into your desire, into your purpose, you're going to have that pain in your gut, like somebody that you love walked out of your life, ghosted you, like they're just gone. They were there one day and they're gone the next. Y'all know how that feels. You know how it feels. That's what you're going through. When you see somebody driving a better car, when you see them with a better looking partner or spouse, when you see them just walking past you carefree. Have you ever done that? You've been driving your car all stressed, you look over somebody, drive by, they like, you know what I'm saying? And you put that feeling in your gut. That's you until you take your first step and make that move. Now, let's be real. You have to admit, like I said on the paperwork, that you're the problem. You don't have the leadership skills. You don't have the emotional intelligence. You don't have the patience. You don't have the proper strategy. You're full of you don't haves. So until you bridge this gap, it's not going to happen for you. And I feel sad about that. That's why I've been passionately podcasting, and that's why I fully integrated my podcasting life with my coaching program, to reach more of you, to let you know this is what's going on. This is the help that you need. It's the assistance that you've been looking for. Some of you need professional help. I'm not saying that you don't. Some of you need to be involved in a program where you're being tested and measured and weighed and all these different things. You do. But the only issue is, can't afford it. Most of us, myself included, couldn't afford what I needed. Okay? What I got through the playbook and coaching and speaking, I paid, pennies to the dollar. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. And I want to be a blessing to you guys. If you know you need counseling, if you know you need some psychiatric help or treatment, I'm just being real. If you know you need a real dietitian in your life, if you know that you need, professionals, if you know that you need to go to a trade school, you know what I'm saying? If you know you need these things, but you can't afford it, that's why you get an achievement coach. Someone that's going to be there for you, that's going to help make sure that you don't quit on yourself, that you don't quit on your goals, that you don't quit on your dream, that you don't stop planning, scheming, that you don't stop staying. Look, the motivation to do what I'm doing, I can't tell you what I have to do to get myself up for these podcasts. You guys think I'm just rambling. I can't tell you what I have to do to get up for these podcasts, to get up here and speak to the way I do, to give you these lessons, to break these things down for you. I'm just shooting you my highlights. If y'all saw me cooking that one day by the pool, I was live. I was cooking by the pool. I was like, and y'all can hear the sizzle. I was like, this is this podcast for everybody that hates their job. Did y'all see that? I hope, if y'all didn't see that, man, go on my Instagram and Facebook pages. I went live, I'm telling you. But I was out there podcasting live, man, by the pool, barbecuing in the middle of the day. And I was letting folks know, if you want to live this kind of life, you need coaching. You need to jump on in here, man, and do your due diligence. I'm not going to play with the screen like I usually do and put the coaching look, because it's everywhere. You can't go anywhere on my page and not see Calendly.com/Coach Taibu. That's all you have to do. Calendly.com/Coach Taibu, man. It's everywhere. I'll make sure I put them in the descriptions, the links. You go in my descriptions, you already know what it is. I appreciate you guys wanting to jump in here with me. I want to make sure that I pre-screen you guys and get to know you before I put you on my lives. I just have so much content. But this is about my highlights. So it was me on the barbecue grill. I was like, this is for everybody that hates their job. If your job sucks, go to but that's what I was doing. If you ain't seen me in the floaty with my cooler, you ain't kicking it. This is what I do, people. It's not so much about being an influencer for me, right? What it is for me is knowing that I made a difference. That's the kind of guy that I am. When I played sports, I was a difference maker on my team, and I know the effects it has on everybody around me. A personal highlight in my life was the high school city championship football. I'm going Al Bundy on them. Was the high school city football championship. And I've had more since then, don't get me wrong. I've done some things since then. But people that were watching that game, they didn't know that my dad left my mom when I was 10. They didn't know that my mom got on drugs when I was 13. Lost all the kids. They didn't know that I was in a boys' home from 13 till 15. They didn't know I was awarded a court in the state of Wisconsin until age 18. They didn't know that I was in foster homes, group homes. The people watching me perform that day, they had no idea what my journey was to get to that championship game. To perform like that on that stage. All cards stacked against us. Smallest school in the district. We had lost to the same team the year before. I put that game on my Facebook page. Y'all can check it out. Go on Facebook. I put that game. I played it and I just chopped it up. Some of my guys from high school jumped in there a couple of times, but I'm telling you, that's what you see now. Back then, it was just one young man's struggle I just decided I wasn't going to be a victim of where I started out. That if there was an opportunity for me, I was going to take it and make the most of it. That's how I got to that point. I had to be humble, listen to the good people around me, take good advice, and work hard and feel to be the best I can be. What you see now is a level of genius from continued learning, from a real deep passion in my heart. I want to make a difference. I want to be the same difference in your life that others were for me to get me here, that they still are. I'm coming short on my time, man. Jump in here with your comments. I see my man, his tag is Bishop McBone, but I know the brother personally. He's like, man, look, the circumstances determines the quality of a person's character. Hey, look, education or environment, what's it going to be? Okay? Are you a product of your environment or you're going to get some education and elevate above that. Now, I told y'all if y'all wait around, I would get y'all invited to this. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it. Look at my page. I'm gonna put out on TikTok, YouTube. I'm gonna go live for a second. Instagram. I'm gonna put out information with the link for the Zoom for this pop-up webinar at 1 o'clock. This is one of my class times. So yeah, some of my class people will be in there too, giving me some juice. But I called this episode The Juice because I'm going to really juice you guys up. I've already eclipsed my watch list on TikTok, right? I've already gone above it. I'm giving you guys the real juice. This is what gets me juiced up. I'm giving you the energy too, right? I'm passing it to you. I'm transferring it on to you. So this weekend, I said, if you can't be there, put somebody else in your position. Say, hey, watch this, record it for me, all right? Because you don't want to miss it. So I'm going to break down how the effort, focus, and commitment thing came about, why it's going to be powerful for you, how it's going to change and transform your life as you go through your own personal 6-month course curriculum, how it's going to build you into a real leader in your area, in your home, in your community, right? How it's going to bring out the best of the best that you have to offer, hands down. And if the problem is you, we'll fix it together. All right. Don't miss the EX webinar, the pop-up webinar. It's going to be $25 a head. I'm going to get the link out there. It's going to be great. Hook that stripe up, swipe it, bam, 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 come on in. All right. This, for you watching, letting y'all know, people are going to see the link. They're going to jump in it, whatever. But you guys that watched, right? Guys can bring a friend. All right? Bring a friend. It's a +1 event. All right? I want to get one free. Taibu Muad'Dib, all I do is motivate. Let me end off this podcast with some fire. All right? Let me give y'all some of this flame. Okay? Oh, yeah. You know what I'm finna do. Y'all know I'm finna do right now. Let's go. Put on my favorite sounds. Yeah.
I picked the software engineering program
because
they pay very well. It's a fast-paced industry.
It's all right. Hey. It was a hard fought battle, y'all. Let me give you 5 minutes of fire. You're going to see a moment. You're going to see this window. You're going to look through it, and on the other side is going to be what you want. But that window serves as a barrier. The glass ceiling, right? It's a barrier. It's an obstacle. It's all life is going to present. Your whole way through is obstacles. A 25-pound dumbbell is an obstacle that I have to continue to lift to form the arm that I want. Yeah. So, what is your strategy to busting through that obstacle? To getting over it, to going around it, right? The bottom line is you need one. And that's where many of you are failing right now. You have an obstacle, but you don't have a strategy. You just give up. Oh, it's there. Gotta stop. It's ridiculous, people. That's what bothers me about many of you. You can't put that obstacle off. It's never going to go anywhere. That's your test. For some of you, it's the final test. For some of you, it's the beginning test, but it's just a test. The obstacle is there to make you better. Believe it. Believe it. If you don't believe anything else, believe that on the other side of that challenge is the championship. How early do you get up? How hard do you go? How concerned are you? That's why it's effort, focus, and commitment. Many of you listening to me right now, and you thinking, man, I wish I had his physique. Man, I wish I was happy like him. Man, I wish I could speak with his level of confidence. But here's the deal. It's not about me or what you see. Not here, not over here. The fight is within you. Accept it. So, take your phone or mobile device, go to the nearest mirror, and look in the mirror. Yeah, that's right. Mean mug yourself. Because if you cannot dominate this person, make this person do what you want them to do, you're in danger of that reflection dominating your ass. And if that's the case, you automatically qualify for the coaching program. If you know that the person in the reflection has been running and controlling your life, has been pimping you, sign up. You don't have no choice. But I was you. I was definitely you. I didn't know it was me. Couldn't nobody tell me no different. I would look in the mirror. I'd be like, I'm looking good for 27. I'm looking good at 33. I still look good. I'm 40. I still look. I didn't know it was me. That's why you need a coach. Because I'll take your current strategy and put it up against the EFC philosophy, the EFC foundation. Now, if your strategy meshes out, then we got to look at some different things. Like, the possibility that you're just not sticking to it. There's some attention span issues or whatever the case may be. You low emotional intelligence. We'll figure that thing out. If your strategy stacks up, we'll get you back on path. But if it's not, we'll build you a brand new one. Taibu Muad'Dib, man. That's the show. You know where I'm at. You know where I am. Calendly.com/Coach Taibu. I'm not going to hold y'all no longer. Thank y'all for joining me this Thursday night. I will go again tomorrow night for sure. Give y'all a good podcast. I'm going to have a little fun with that one. Episode 122. But this weekend, 1 o'clock on Saturday, class time, baby. The webinar, $25 a head. Jump in. I'm gonna break down. And if y'all bring y'all notepad and y'all pen, I'm gonna connect you to your internal design. I'm gonna connect you to your goals. Right? Taibu, man, look, the inexpensive answer to your professional services needs. All right. Potent, right? No less serious, no less certified, but passionate. Caring, want to make a difference, man. Let's go. I'm a great guy to link up with, a great guy to be coached by. Trust me, got a bunch of little siblings and a bunch of kids and nieces and nephews there to tell you leadership is my thing. I'm a Leo, so I'm a little bit of a control freak, but we can get over that. we can deal with that, all right? I'm cool other Leos too, so in case you're a Leo too, we ain't gonna be, but all right, nah, I'm messing with y'all though. No, I'm not. Leo's rule. No, I'm just kidding. Taibu Muad'Dib, man. Thank y'all for joining me, man. I really appreciate y'all support, man. Go to Calendly.com/Coach Taibu. Become a client today. I always give my YouTube followers, man, a little bit more. I'm at 500 viewers per little episode per live on TikTok. That's why I got to get that subscription thing going on over there and get them over here to YouTube with you guys. Look, I appreciate y'all for joining. I'm going to get you the webinar information. I'm going to make sure that you guys are there, learning from me, getting really fully integrated into the First Step Coaching Academy. I want you to know right now, I will stop at nothing to make sure I connect you to your goal. All I do is motivate. Let's go. Knock that thing out. Yes, I did.